Oh, you don't want to be called Boo?
You can call me Boo. Shit.
I'll call you Big Boo.
Hey girls, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we have a lot to go over with the beast, so let's get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
But first and foremost, before we start, remember to like and subscribe to see more content from me. Thank you.
Talk I have done before years ago. It's definitely just a series where I can communicate and correspond with you guys. So unfortunately, my channel has thrived, but also died on a lot of different speculation, and I want to change that. I want to use my voice in situations where I normally wouldn't, and I want to continue using my voice in situations where I already have. This is just a place for you guys to get to know me more, maybe in areas that you never would have, a place for me to be accountable, to clarify and deny.
You taking accountability is you brining up the other person's faults to try and make yourself not look as bad instead of apologizing.
And just an overall correspondence between you and me every single week. So the reason I want to do this is because there's always questions, rumors, speculation, just things that people are, for the lack of a better word, obsessively asking me about.
But is also you obsessing over doing K&As on Insta when you said you don't use it that much when you got caught following that P3Do account, plus what happened to that break?
This is a good opportunity. Maybe I can answer those 5 things or whatever it may be. But regardless, I feel like my channel is very parasocial, let's be real. And there's always some sort of speculation or always some sort of topic that people are like, Amberlynn, why won't you talk about this?
Just like how people started getting on you about the Libby and Nick situation, rightfully so, and then you go and delete all the videos, still with no explanation, macaw.
So this is going to give me the opportunity to do so, if you guys bring it up, of course. So I have structured the series into a special format, and I'm really, really excited. So the first section is always going to start with Sweet and Sour. So Sweet and Sour is just going to be a random comment generator from the Let's Talk prior. But I came up with Sweet and Sour because you never know what kind of comment is going to pop up. Can it be a sweet comment or can it be a sour comment?
All right, so y'all just seen that corny ass shit.
I know. I'm very clever. Thank you. So this is where I read from the community tab that I will be posting every single Monday. And then after Sippin' Community, we're going to be doing the Linterview.
I hate how she thinks she's so funny and a quirky girl for making that up, making fun of a situation where Beck was asked and made to pick Lint off. The beast's back even when they didn't want to.
More cleverness from your girl. So the interview is where you guys are actually interviewing me with your voice. Yes. So I have not listened to any of them. It is going to literally be live, real reaction. I am very nervous. So anyways, after the interview, the next section is called Tea or Tail. So what this is going to be is I am going to clarify rumors that I have heard through the grapevine. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's real. Or no, that's actually not true. And then the last section is going to be bad choices. And I just remembered I forgot to actually bring the cards over here. So I need to go get those. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So bad choices.
Flashback.
Bowl that's clean. It's huge.
End of flashback.
This is just a bunch of really hecticonic questions. So I'm going to be choosing 5 of those and answering them. So I know this introduction was super long. We will not be doing that in the future videos. I just kind of wanted to talk about what the series is about. So let's get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Okay, sadly, we are skipping over Sweet and Sour because I can't do it. And we're going to go straight to Sippin' Community. Have you considered that your refusal to do inpatient treatment could be linked to a drug addict's refusal to do rehab? No, because I actually think doing inpatient would be fun. I know a lot of people are going to be like, fun, that's really the adjective you're going to use for that. The only reason why I choose not to do inpatient is because it is extremely expensive and I have a job. Not only do I have a job I have to do to keep the roof over my head, the electricity running, and the food in my fur baby's stomach, but I have fur babies that need to be taken care of.
I literally hate how you think you are the greatest fur mama. You literally suck so bad.
I know the I's could be dot and the T's could be crossed. Like my mom could probably watch my fur babies, but like it's the job thing for me. If I was to be able to go into inpatient and be able to vlog my whole experience and upload, still make an income so I can still pay my bills, then I would do it. Have you traveled the world since breaking up with Beck? No, but I have traveled. I have went to Oklahoma. I've went to Wisconsin. I've went to Tennessee. I've went to Michigan. And I forgot to say, I've been to Illinois since then. Chicago, hello, Billie Eilish concert. Based on your physical health and your track record for change, what do you estimate your life expectancy to be, and what will you do with that time?
Gore, you have about 5 years left if you keep ordering them 20-piece McNuggets. Also, getting that question at the ripe age of 34 is insane.
So this is kind of like gruesome, but based on how I feel and the things that I go through, probably somewhere in my 50s, and I feel like early 50s. I don't know why. Like, that's when my grandma died. Actually, was when she was 51. But like the number 53 keeps popping in my head, and slightly 54. And what will I do at that time? It depends. Like, am I trying to better myself, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, etc., which is where I'm at right now? Or am I just going to just flop like a fish, flop like a fish, flop like a fish, flop like a fish, flop like a flop like a flop like a fish, and not care about anything? So which one I choose, I'll never see my 70s, and that's kind of a sad reality. How does it feel knowing you've been stuck in a time loop for the last decade, when your watchers have graduated college with masters, gotten married, etc.? The world is evolving around you, yet you haven't changed a thing.
I get where the person is coming from, but I just feel like that is very rude. Why we putting people against each other? No one is better than another ... besides like Ambi.
I do want to say everyone's timeline is completely different. Some people get married when they're 18. Some people get married when they're freaking 62. I think that we just need to be grateful to be alive regardless. Just because someone is married versus someone who isn't, that doesn't make one of them better than the other, versus someone graduated with masters versus someone who didn't. It doesn't make one of them better than the other.
For once, I actually agree with Ambi.
I've been stuck in a time loop when it comes to my weight. I will admit that. Years ago, I could not imagine myself making amazing money, using my own debit card, being able to not only take care of myself, but my fur babies.
Conversation is over.
Having a roof over my head. If I want it, I buy it. If I need it, I buy it. I never imagined having that type of life. Yes, I suffered with BPD 10 years ago, and I still do to this day, but 10 years ago, it was way worse. In that, I never imagined being able to be by myself and enjoying alone time, because I was always so, oh my God.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
God, I need my partner, and like, I can't be alone ever, not even for 5 minutes. And now I'm alone for days and days at a time, and I'm okay. It is time for tea or tail. So rumor number 1 is you cannot be diagnosed with BPD by a psychologist, let alone one that doesn't specialize in BPD. That is a tale. It's a big tale. So you can be diagnosed with BPD by a psychiatrist, psychologists, and by social workers. And they do not have to specialize in BPD in the same way, like if you're diagnosed with depression or you're diagnosed with bipolar disorder, like they don't have to be like a specialized like psychologist just for those things. All right, rumor number 2, Amberlynn lied about when she posted her ER pictures to Snapchat. Also a tale that is not true. So in my reaction to Salty Crab, where I was talking about like, so many people didn't believe I had cancer, so many people didn't believe that I was rushed to the ER and that I was gushing blood and blah, blah, blah. I mentioned the times where I posted my blood pictures on Snapchat. And I also mentioned where I literally showed medical confirmation, like my medical paperwork, in a YouTube video. And I jumbled all that nonsense together in the reaction. And I saw a couple people where they were just like, oh my God, Amberlynn's lying. Like, she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. And yes, that is true. I'm talking about 2 different incidences, which is the Snapchat photos, the medical paperwork YouTube, that happened within different months, but it was the same head frame. So what made me post the Snapchat photos? Because people were like, Amberlynn, that's not true. You were not rushed to the ER gushing blood. And I was like, oh, yes, I was. Here's proof. And then me posting medical paperwork was because people were like, Amberlynn, you were never diagnosed. That's not true. And then I was like, well, here's proof. So both of those instances was just me not being able to regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit. So instead it made my like impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had 0 impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. I couldn't regulate myself.
I get that from Ambi. I always felt like I had to prove to people I had cancer. They just made me so mad. Sorry for the yap, but her frontal lobe is developed and mine isn't.
But thankfully since then, I have gotten better with that. Am I perfect? No. Rot. I think that's a reason why I've stopped like demeaning myself in certain areas. People are like, let me see the BPD diagnosis. People are like, let me see proof that you have a kidney that's 6 millimeters big. And I'm like, no, like I have boundaries and I respect my boundaries. In the past, no, because I was bad at regulating, still am, but better. And that's just like another way of like showing that I have improved as a person.
The way you lie to yourself is so crazy. You're so deep in your delusion.
Because in the past, like crying hysterically while showing my medical records is crazy work. And like posting on Snapchat such gruesome photos is also crazy work. And that is something I would never do now. Laptop literally sucks, as you guys can also see, because the internet's always shutting down and I'm always having to restart. You can literally tell that the webcam is super blurry. So it has nothing to do with a filter. I wouldn't even know how to put that on there. Literally, when I go live, I click on YouTube, I click go live, and that is literally the end of it. All right, now we're about to do bad choices. So by the time that this whole series is done, maybe I will have answered every single one of these questions. I'm just going to randomly choose 5 and let's get into it. Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on? I'm having to think. I don't think I've ever had to do that, no. But my memory does suck because last night in my live stream, I couldn't even remember the fucking high school that I graduated from. It was crazy. All right, next one. In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message? So in the last 30 days, no. Going through a lot. I did reply to Dalton. He was really sweet and kind, and he was making me feel good about myself where I felt bad. He was a friend of mine, but there was some flirty stuff. And yeah, it felt weird to me, and I would engage in it a little bit, but he genuinely was so sweet, and he's super attractive. So it kind of made it like easier for me to like engage in these things. One night, I got extremely drunk, and he ended up calling me, and things went to a different level than they probably would have if I was sober. Nope. Number 3. So this is like an all play question. So obviously, it's just me. So I'm gonna ask it as if it's just me. Could you go a month without masturbating? What the fuck? The answer is probably no. I mean, if someone was like, don't masturbate for a month, like, I bet you, like, okay, I won't. But like, why would I? Number 4, have you ever apologized after sex? I'm sure I have. I don't know what for, but probably something.
We do not care.
All right, number 5. Have you ever had a sexual partner who turned out to be gay? Well, I am gay, so that makes my partner gay. All right, so that is the end of the first episode of the series. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, there are so many more voice memos, so many more things we could talk about, but I don't want to make this video super long. There will be another community tab for you guys on Monday. If I missed your question, just repeat it. And as the time goes on, we'll see. Maybe some of this will be taken out. Maybe no one likes the interview, or maybe no one likes the tea or tail. I'm sure you guys do, though. Maybe eventually I'll add something new or take something out. It just all depends. See what we all like and how we enjoy it, but I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want. See you next time.
Go away, you fat roll.